Tua's blow could destroy anyone.
Here we'll see how he uses it. Tua with a big left comes right at him. Another big bomb, and Ruiz is down. This could almost be over now.
Even Mike Tyson. In the world of boxing, champions are often the ones who steal the spotlight. When we think of the heavyweight division in the last decade of the 20th century, names like Mike Tyson, Lennox Lewis, and the Klitschko brothers immediately come to mind. However, there were other boxers who, despite not winning a championship title, commanded respect from everyone in the ring. One such fighter was the Samoan sensation, David Tua. Tua, with his typical Polynesian physique, was not the tallest boxer, but he more than made up for it with his athletic build. His lack of height and reach was compensated by his sheer power, especially his left hook, which sent shivers down the spines of even the great Lennox Lewis. Throughout his professional career, Tua fought in 59 bouts, winning 52 of them, with an astonishing 43 victories coming by way of knockout. Broken bones, agonizing pain, and deep sleep. These words aptly describe the force behind Tua's punches. Despite his incredible power and skill, Tua never quite reached the pinnacle of boxing. What held him back from becoming a champion? Where did he draw his immense strength from? In this article, we will delve deep into the history of this Samoan monster and witness some of the most terrifying knockouts delivered by this beast. Imagine being forced to fight adults as a child, only to be beaten by your father if you lost. This was the reality for New Zealand boxer David Tua, a man of Samoan descent who became known as the most fearsome heavyweight fighter of the 1990s. Delving into his story, it's not hard to understand why. Born on November 21st, 1972, in Falesiu, a small village in the Pacific island nation of Samoa, David grew up in a crowded household with 4 brothers, 4 sisters, and about a dozen other relatives. His mother worked 3 jobs, while his father toiled late into the night to support the family. It was David's father, a small shop owner and notorious street fighter in Samoa, who introduced his 7-year-old son to boxing in a rather brutal way. As David grew older, his family relocated to New Zealand. There, he honed his skills as an amateur boxer under the guidance of Jerry Preston at a local gym. Tua also excelled in rugby and cricket at school. In 1988, at just 15 years old, he became the youngest national heavyweight boxing champion in New Zealand's history. To achieve this feat, he had to artificially gain weight, as there was no real competition in the lower weight classes. Tua's star continued to rise. He won the Oceania Championship in 1990 and claimed 3rd place at the 1991 World Championships in Sydney. The following year, at the age of 19, he represented New Zealand at the 1992 Barcelona Olympics, where he secured a bronze medal after a loss to Nigerian boxer David Izonrite. It was then that Tua decided to turn professional, setting the stage for his legendary career in the heavyweight division. On December 1st, 1992, David Tua made his professional boxing debut in the United States. From the very beginning, his raw talent caught the eye of Evander Holyfield's coaching team, led by promoter and trainer Lou Duva, and his assistant George Benton. Tua and Holyfield often trained together, even engaging in sparring sessions. Like most newcomers to professional boxing, the Samoan fighter spent his early career honing his skills against average opponents. However, Tua's challengers rarely made it past the 3rd round, a testament to his incredible power and potential. On March 15, 1996, in his 23rd fight, David Tua faced his first truly serious challenge. John Ruiz, an American who held the WBC international title. It's worth noting that Ruiz would later become the North American champion and a two-time world heavyweight champion. From the opening bell, Tua surged forward, landing a left hook that sent Ruiz reeling. A flurry of punches followed, and Ruiz crumpled against the ropes, unable to stand for some time.
He's having a reach advantage here. We'll see how he uses it. Tua with a big left hook, and Ruiz in trouble. Tua comes right at him. Another big bomb, and Ruiz is down. This could almost be over now.
David Tua had secured a stunning victory in just 19 seconds, the fastest knockout in HBO's boxing history at the time. Commentator Larry Merchant compared Tua's style to that of Marciano, Frazier, and Tyson, placing them all in the same category of fighters. Tua continued his streak of impressive stoppage victories, including a first-round knockout of Darrell Wilson with a short left hook, a punch that would become his signature move and strike fear into the hearts of his opponents.
Wilson tries a right hand across the top. Tua lands a short left. First down, Wilson. First time Wilson.
Tua was known for his ability to take a punch, making him an even more formidable foe. As a fighter, David Tua preferred to take the lead, possessing a strong jab. He skillfully switched between targeting the body and the head. Defensively, he excelled at using blocks, slips, and occasionally even ducks and double forearm guards. At his peak, Tua weighed between 224 to 235 pounds, despite his relatively short stature for a heavyweight at 5 feet 10 inches. In late 1996, David Tua faced David "Iron" Izonrite, the large Nigerian fighter who had defeated him at the Olympic Games. From the start, Tua pressed forward, while Izonrite attempted to maintain distance. The early rounds were primarily fought at close and medium range, with Tua successfully closing the gap by initiating attacks with a left body shot. Izonrite's main successes came from long-range straight punches, but as soon as Tua closed the gap, his advantage evaporated. By the middle rounds, Izon grew more confident. Midway through the 12th, Tua staggered his opponent with a left hand, and as he followed up, the Nigerian fell against the ropes. Seeing his condition, the referee halted the fight. Next in line was Russian contender Oleg Maskayev. Tua employed his signature style, while Maskayev moved extensively, avoiding stagnation. He actively utilized his jab, sought to counter every attack, and kept his right hand glued to his chin, shielding him from Tua's lethal left hook. This strategy bore fruit, making the fight competitive. While the first half was relatively even, Tua began to turn up the heat in the second. Near the midpoint of the 11th round, he caught Maskayev with his trademark left hook. A subsequent flurry sent the Russian backed against the ropes to the canvas, prompting the referee to intervene. With this victory, Tuaman notched his 4th defense of the WBC international title.
There's a good left hook by Tua. And he's got a right hook. He's got him in trouble here at the 11th. David Tua, and they stopped it. David Tua with a knockout in the 11th round.
Tua's string of knockout wins only amplified his fearsome reputation, causing potential opponents to shy away. Comparisons to Mike Tyson grew more frequent. During this period, David earned the monikers Terminator, Tuaman, and Tuamanator. Following the Maskayev bout in 1997, Obed Sullivan, Corey Sanders, Larry Donald, and Zelko Mavrovich all declined to face Tua. However, a challenger was eventually found in the young and sturdy Nigerian, Ike Ibeabuchi. Despite Ibeabuchi's unblemished record, few favored him against Tua. Their clash on June 7, 1997, would be forever etched in boxing history. A vibrant, captivating, and competitive showdown between two undefeated young warriors. This very fight set a new heavyweight record for punches thrown, with an astounding 1,730 between them, an extraordinary number for boxers weighing over 220 pounds. When the final bell rang, Ike Ibeabuchi was declared the winner by unanimous decision. Unofficial HBO judge Harold Letterman scored the fight 115, 113 for Tua, while a New York Daily News reporter saw it as a draw. After the grueling battle, Ibeabuchi was hospitalized with severe headaches, and a week later, Tua underwent surgery to remove bone fragments from his left elbow. In the annals of boxing, the Tua Ibeabuchi War stands as a testament to the unyielding spirit and sheer toughness of these two heavyweight gladiators. After his fight with Ibeabuchi, David Tua went on a winning streak, including a lackluster performance against the unremarkable southpaw Jeff Wooden, who proved to be an awkward opponent and troubled Tua with his jab. Tua won that fight by majority decision. In December 1998, Tua faced off against American Hasim "The Rock" Rahman in an IBF title eliminator. Tua characteristically pressed forward, while Rahman worked to counter. Rahman was slightly faster and had a size advantage. Tua had some success at close range, but Rahman controlled most of the fight. With less than 3 seconds left in the 9th round, Tua rocked Rahman with a left hook. A second left to Rahman's jaw landed simultaneously with the round-ending bell. Rahman was visibly shaken and struggled to reach his corner. The break between rounds was not enough for him to recover. Early in the 10th, Tua trapped him against the ropes and unleashed a barrage. Rahman didn't respond, prompting the referee to stop the fight, much to Rahman's protest. After a string of stoppage wins, Tua, the top-ranked contender by the IBF and WBC, secured a shot at undisputed champion Lennox Lewis. The fight was preceded by heated promotion from both sides, with Tua vowing to turn out Lewis's lights, and the champion promising to make the Samoan look helpless. The bout took place on November 11, 2000. Lewis, who held significant size advantages, boxed cautiously but effectively, utilizing his jab and reach. As expected, he won convincingly. Tua suffered his first cut and second career loss, but earned a $3.5 million purse. Returning in March 2001, Tua changed trainers, partnering with Joe Goosen. Around this time, his weight became an issue, sometimes entering the ring at 242 to 254 pounds. In 2001, Tua was set to participate in another IBF title eliminator. A win over Daniel Nicholson moved him to the top spot, setting up a bout with the #2 ranked Chris Bird. Tua was the aggressor and had success, particularly to the body. The slick southpaw Bird consistently utilized his jab and evaded most of Tua's attacks with his speed and fluidity. Bird won by decision. In April 2002, Tua faced Puerto Rican Frayce Oquendo, who had established himself with several solid wins for the North American title. Kevin Barry, formerly Tua's manager, was now his head trainer. Tua started fast, aiming for an early finish. However, Oquendo withstood the assault, moving well, jabbing, and avoiding most of the Samoan puncher's shots. Oquendo had a slight edge until the 9th round, when Tua hurt him. After a prolonged attack, the referee halted the contest. 4 months later, Tua met former two-division champion Michael Moorer. Despite being past his prime, Moorer still carried a big name and impressive accomplishments. Early on, Tua trapped the American on the ropes and floored him with a series punctuated by a right hand. The brutal knockout took Tua just 30 seconds, sending the crowd into a frenzy.
If Moorer is able to box for 36 minutes, or for 30 minutes, I should say, scheduled for 10, not for 12. David Tua gets in 2 body punches early. The ribcage of Moorer, and down goes Moorer.
He's not moving at all. It's over with.
There's a 30-second knockout right there.
2003 brought a rematch with Hasim Rahman, now a former world champion. Unlike their first encounter, Rahman used his jab much more actively and aimed to avoid giving Tua as much space. Tua was more cautious and calculated. Rahman's frequent sharp jab made it difficult for him to get in punching range. Rahman was better in the first half, Tua in the second. Notably, as in their first fight, the 7th round was very bright and successful for Tua, but overall, he was clearly losing the fight, without any doubt.
The fight seems to produce a significant after another we get him. Singing and dancing, holding his arms aloft. Tua trying to end it in the closing seconds, and he's the one who goes down on a punch after the bell.
After the rematch with Hasim Rahman, David Tua's career took a 2-year hiatus. Although he continued to win, his victories were mostly against average opponents. Due to lengthy legal battles, which will be discussed later, he fought less frequently, and his wins became less convincing. The Tuamanator's career spanned until 2013, with an impressive professional record of 52 wins, including 43 knockouts. Remarkably, 16 of those knockouts came in the first round. In 2003, the Ring magazine ranked him 48th in their list of 100 greatest punchers of all time. Throughout his entire career, he never suffered a stoppage loss. However, in 2004, the boxer faced serious financial disagreements with his former manager and trainer, Kevin Barry, and financial manager, Martin Pugh. It was revealed that the money David had earned throughout his career was being spent on purposes he was unaware of, without his knowledge. Martin Pugh had created a cunning scheme, covering his expenses using the boxer's money while entangling Tua in debt. In 2005, the boxer filed a lawsuit against Barry and Pugh. After lengthy legal proceedings, the parties settled their claims by 2009, but the troubles didn't end there. A significant portion of his funds and assets were frozen by authorities due to tax evasion. In 2011, the boxer stated that he and his family did not own a home. Periodically, information surfaced that David owned a small gym and worked as a trainer. Although David Tua never became a world champion in a major organization, he knocked out 4 fighters who did become champions. It is nearly impossible to imagine the vibrant chapter of the heavyweight division in the 90s and 2000s without him. His knockouts still adorn the highlights of the past decade, so let's take a look at the most spectacular knockouts of the Samoan monster's career. Be warned, don't blink, or you might miss them. Kicking off the list is David Tua's dominant performance against David Izan. Throughout the fight, Tua controlled the ring, working with a colossal advantage. Round after round, he cornered Izan, unleashing powerful combinations. At the end of the 7th round, Tua staggered Izan with a left hook, causing him to lose balance, though Izan tried to play it off. The fight eventually ended in the second half of the 12th round when Tua's relentless combinations sent Izan into a standing knockout.
Hands drop for a moment. He gets the hands back up. Tua tries to finish. Ropes are holding Izan up. That's why this is called a knockdown. And it's over.
The next one is against Mike Tyson. The fight started rapidly, and in the first round, Tua sent Tyson to the canvas with crushing head combinations. After that, Tua decided to end the fight, knocking out Tyson with a left hook during a clinch. Next on the list is a match against WBC international title holder John Ruiz. The fight ended in mere seconds. Tua wasted no time, immediately firing shots like a cannon, sending Ruiz into a deep knockout.
Listed as having a reach advantage here. We'll see how he uses it. Tua with a big left hook and Ruiz in trouble. Tua comes right at him. Another big bomb and Ruiz is down. This could almost be over now.
On September 25th, 1993, Tua faced Rick Honeycutt. In the second half of the first round, Tua stunned his opponent with a left to the liver. The beating continued in the second round, and by the end, Tua unleashed a powerful left, sending Honeycutt into a deep knockout. Number 5, devastation of Obed Sullivan. In this fight, Tua defended his USBA and IBF Intercontinental titles. He decided to repeat his success and end the fight in the first round. Waiting for the right moment, he delivered crushing blows, finishing with his signature left hook. On September 7th, 2007, Tua faced Cerrone Fox. At the start of the fight, Tua took his time, waiting for the perfect moment for his signature punch. In the middle of the second round, he staggered Fox with a left hook. After that, a dazed Fox couldn't offer any resistance. The next knockout was against Russell Chastain. The fight started at a slow pace, with the boxers exchanging blows and trying to find their preferred distance. However, David put an end to it when in the middle of the second round, he caught his opponent with a double punch. On March 23, 2001, David faced Danielle Nicholson. Dominating throughout the fight, Tua sent Nicholson to the canvas in the fifth round with the same left hook.
Nicholson's very fleet of foot.
And repeated his success in the sixth round. Victory by knockout. Bill Corrigan was the next opponent. The match started at a low tempo, with the fighters exchanging combinations cautiously. But at the beginning of the second round, David sent Bill to the canvas with his left hook. After that, Bill couldn't get up without assistance. On July 26, 2006, Tua faced Edward Gutierrez. David dominated the entire fight. In the second round, during a clinch, he staggered Edward with his notorious left hook. Tua then worked Gutierrez up and down, and at the end of the fourth round, he landed a left hook to the body. Edward's face said it all.
В начале этого раунда и в предыдущих, удар в туловище. Ну там двойка была великолепная, левый в голову, левый в туловище. И похоже, что на этом все. Да.
Eric Curry was the next opponent. David only needed one round to first send him into a standing knockdown and then a knockout.
With an opponent like Curry, takes a wicked left hook. That could be it, Arnie.
Don't blink.
Get in there, Smoker.
Smoker can't even get him off.
I don't think I'd let this go on.
Say it fast because I don't think he's going to last. Here comes Tua, and down goes that's it. Smoker's seen enough. Curry goes right back into him.
On June 22nd, 1993, in Atlantic City, David faced Bruce Johnson. Tua wasted no time sending Bruce to the canvas at the start of the first round.
Tutelage of Lou Duva. And down in the first round goes...
At the beginning of the second round, during an exchange, Tua landed his left hook. A dazed Bruce decided to continue the fight and instantly regretted it.
Third, this has been a dark round, but perhaps not tonight. Oh, that left hook is fast. Tua knows that this is a window of opportunity. And that is it. Lindsey Page waves this one off.
Number 13, fight against Anthony Cooks. Tua ends his fight in the first round yet again. Early in the round, Tua stuns his opponent with a vicious left hook. He scores a second knockdown in the latter half of the round. After this, Anthony becomes a human punching bag, and the referee decides to stop the beating.
And there's a big right hand displays. There's that left hand connecting, followed by a right. Another left hand sends Cooks down.
And there is a 3 knockdown rule here.
And Anthony Cooks, that will be it. Anthony Cooks taking a knee. And the 3 knockdown rule is in effect here in Maryland. David
Tua's next opponent was Bruce Bielocki. Their first encounter took place on March 4th, 1995. In this fight, Bruce foolishly taunted David by intentionally placing his head in the path of punches. He soon regretted this decision when, in the second half of the round, David's left hook found its mark on Bruce's face. Another hook followed, punishing Bruce for his overconfidence. In the final seconds, David finished him off. On April 5th, 1997, David Tua faced future WBC world champion Oleg Maskayev. That night, David was defending his WBC international title. Unusually for David, the fight lasted until the 11th round. Throughout the bout, the fighters battled on equal terms, exchanging blows while maintaining solid defense. However, everything changed when Tua tested Maskayev's chin with his signature left hook. In the 11th round, he rocked the Russian with a series of combinations, successfully defending his title.
Up to this point, there's a good left hook by Tua. And he's got him right. He's got him in trouble here in the 11th. David Tua, and they've stopped it. David Tua with a knockout in the 11th round.
Next up was a rematch with Bruce Bielocki, 1 year after their first fight. However, this rematch only confirmed the gap between the two fighters. Tua dominated the entire fight. With 30 seconds left in the second round, Tua managed to send Bielocki to the canvas and then knocked him out cold.
In fact, well, it looks like Bieloci's had one body punch too many. Certainly the finish is on the cards here for Tua, I think, in this second round. Boom, down, that's it. That'll do, surely. Yes, the referee's in fact waved it off immediately, and that time's a left hook to the chin that put him over. Well, at least this time, Bielocchi lasted a couple of minutes longer.
On December 9th, 1994, David faced Cecil Coffey. Early in the fight, Tua rocked Cecil with his hook. The crowd clearly disapproved of this, loudly expressing their displeasure.
His earlier bouts, don't take any notice of perhaps the little bit of spin. He's gone! He's gone!
That was a tremendous left hook. Watch for that left hook I was getting ready to say, and there it was, and Cecil Coffey is out of there.
And the crowd is not going to like this one little bit.
You can't blame David Tua for possessing a great left hook. Cecil Coffey came out, threw a couple of...
David's next opponent was Saul Montana, a boxer with a record of 48 fights and 42 knockouts. But even that wasn't enough to challenge our hero. The fight ended in the first round with the same left hook.
David has always fought throughout his career. You know what I like about Montana? This ball there it is. The first left hook is through from Montana, and he may not recover. It came like a bolt out of the blue. It's up to 7 and 8 and 9 and 10. It's all over. David Tua did what he came to do, and he...
On August 17th, 2002, Tua met former IBF champion Michael Moorer. However, this didn't stop David from brutally knocking him out.
30 minutes, I should say. It's scheduled for 10, not for 12. Get off his head. David Tua gets in 2 body punches early. The rib cage of Moore, and down goes Moore. I'm going to say Moore's leading in. He's not moving at all. It's over with. Here's a 30-second knockout right there.
On May 30th, 1998, Tua faced Nate Tubbs. The fight ended in the second round when Tua landed a devastating 1-2 combination that stunned his opponent.
3 in a row. Tua continues to work along the side. Good uppercut by Tua. And Tubbs takes to the canvas. It will be tough for him to get up. It's it. He will not do it. Nate Tubbs rocked by David Tua.
Tua's next opponent was the undefeated Darrell Wilson with a record of 17-0. The fight lasted only 1 round, with David knocking out Darrell in the final seconds.
Wilson tries a right hand across the top. Tua lands a short left. First down, Wilson. First time Wilson's ever been down.
Can he beat the bell?
The next fight against Jeff Lally was clearly staged to rehabilitate David after his failed WBC international title defense against Ike Ibeabuchi. Jeff intentionally went down in the opening seconds, feigning a knockdown.
Yeah.
That is going to bring some mystique back. That was to the body. And Lally is not long for this fight at all.
That's impressive.
In the second half of the round, Jeff managed to hit the canvas 3 more times. Midway through the second round, Tua sent Jeff to the floor for a 5th time. Victory by technical knockout.
Down again. Well, they worked at everything in the gym, and he knows he can win the fight with one hand. That's the 3rd one. So Jeff Lally, 3 knockdowns, 1 he has sustained in round 1, and that's number 4. But it comes after the bell.
Overall.
Yeah, why does Tua want to be in this fight at all? Now, there's number 5. These are not big shots. Plus, he hit him when he was down. So Tua gets away with one there.
See, that's no reason. That's
5 knockdowns. This should have been over a couple knockdowns ago, and it is over now.
On July 17th, 1999, Tua defended his USBA title against Gary Bell. Early in the fight, during a clinch, Tua's head grazed Gary's left eyebrow, causing a cut.
Over Gary Bell's eye, and Tua pounding him against the ropes early on. Bell with very little defense early in round 1. Because that blood will run into his eye. Let's see if we can see if it's a butt. Boom, right there.
David then got serious, unleashing powerful combinations, prompting the referee to stop the fight.
Tua very solid against, very solid against the head of Gary Bell. Bell would appear to be wobbly and defenseless against the ropes as Tua pounds him into submission, and this fight is over in less than 1 round. David Tua.
In December 1998, an IBF heavyweight title eliminator took place between David and Hasim Rahman. The fight was fought at mid-range, with Rahman being more active and throwing more punches. At the end of the 9th round, Tua landed a left hook to his opponent's jaw, repeated the punch, and then landed the same shot a 3rd time right after the bell.
One good punch, or it's 10 seconds before he throws another good punch.
Tua going to work. Rahman not throwing. Tua slashing to the body with right to left. Rahman in trouble. And the referee's going to stop it. Stop the fight. I believe that is a very bad...
Next up was Ken Lacusta. Tua dominated the entire fight, pressuring his opponent. In the 4th round, he trapped Ken in the corner and unleashed powerful punches that did the job. Devastation of Lorenzo Poole. This time, the fight ended almost as soon as it began. Early in the bout, Tua hit his opponent with a left straight, sending him to the canvas. The dazed Lorenzo couldn't do anything after that.
Напоминаю, это супер тяжесть. Вот так действовал Дэвид Туа.
The fight against Maurice Wheeler started at a slow pace, with Tua taking the lead and Wheeler countering. The bout continued in this manner until the 7th round, when Tua sent Wheeler to the canvas with a devastating left uppercut.
Conditioning with both men to go the full 10-round distance.
Oh, I'm sure that's in both of their minds. Nice inside work.
And body shot, and down goes Wheeler.
That was a nice left uppercut.
In a defense of his USBA and IBF Intercontinental titles, Tua faced Robert Daniels. Dominating throughout the fight, Tua scored 3 knockdowns. First, he trapped Daniels in the corner. Then, in the 2nd round, a right uppercut sent Daniels down.
Look at the power behind these punches, and Daniels is on his first. Big right uppercut to the jaw by Tua. Another one. Tua hurt him with that right uppercut. Daniels down to 3. Muscular, strong David Tua pulls it on. Daniels down for him. He doesn't want to continue.
Against Shane Sutcliffe, Tua pressed forward in his typical fashion. As a result, he dropped Sutcliffe with a left hook in the 2nd round.
Probably the best fight in the heavyweight division. There's a 2 uppercut. Nice left hook, and down he goes. Sutcliffe is down. He may not be able to recover. That was a good left hook. It's up to 4 and 5. He's up at 6 and 7. He says he's okay. He's not going to survive this round, Al. There's too much time remaining. It's all over.
In his final fight on this list, Tua faced Alfredo Navarez. The bout began with both fighters feeling each other out and engaging in light exchanges. However, in the latter half of the round, Tua trapped his opponent against the ropes and knocked him out with a combination of left hooks and uppercuts.
There's not too many people have a ring in their front row.